Hey guys, it's Maddie, and today I'm actually going to be doing a camp theme video, which might sound really early because it is April, but I'm really excited for camp, and the way I get all my excitement out for camp is I watch a bunch of camp videos, and honestly there's not a lot of good quality ones or anything like that. They're usually 360p and stuff like that, if you know what that means. But today I'm just going to be making a camp video on my camp essentials, and I've been to camp once before, so I was a beginner last year. This year I'm going again for a second time, and all I can say is it was one of the best weeks I've ever had. So I really recommend going to summer camp. You'll make so many memories. So let's get on with the video. So the first thing I really recommend bringing is a shower caddy, because I know that there are many different cabins and types of living areas in my camp. But there are cabins, yurts, and for summer camp I was actually in a yurt. And the yurts did not have bathrooms connected to it, so when we wanted to go take a shower, we had to bring all of our shower stuff and walk. But trust me, there was more than one yurt and not enough showers for every single person. So it was a race to get to that shower. And there were some girls that didn't bring anything to hold all their shower stuff, so they were just grabbing their shampoo and body wash and running with it, holding it. And I thankfully did bring a shower caddy, and so did my friend. So we're just really I am so happy that I at least watched some videos to figure out what I was doing. But I really recommend bringing a shower caddy. Next thing I really recommend bringing is sandals. And to some of you this might have been a no-brainer, and to some of you this might have been what? Why? Because a lot of people, tennis shoes are the needed thing in camp. But a lot of people don't really think about bringing sandals, which I know sounds crazy, but there were a lot of people who didn't bring sandals when I went. And I brought flip-flops, but I didn't bring sandals. And I brought flip-flops to take in the shower, so I had these cheap flip-flops that I was kind of running around in. And a lot of camps don't allow flip-flops. Mine doesn't, but nobody really went with the rules, and nobody really cared that we didn't go with the rules. So everyone wore flip-flops, but they were really uncomfortable. They kept falling off my feet because I brought the really cheap ones. So you could bring really nice flip-flops, I guess, but you could also bring sandals. These are the sandals that I have. They're just I don't know, they look like that. But basically flip-flops, but with a back. I know a lot of people have Chacos and stuff like that. Chacos personally aren't really my style. I think these will much more go with my style. But if you have Chacos, then you go ahead. But sandals, I think, are a must for camp. The next essentials I guess you could say, should be a no-brainer if you've even looked at your camp packing list, because I know at the top of my camp packing list it says bring bug spray and sunscreen. I actually don't have bug spray with me right now, but here's my sunscreen. And I know a lot of camps are kind of big on not having aerosols. My camp did say not to have aerosols, but a lot of people brought them, and it really wasn't a big deal. My camp wasn't too pushy on the rules unless it came to swimming. Let's just say it. Swimming was strict. But, so, well, I just brought a lotion sunscreen, but I really recommend just bringing a spray sunscreen. If your camp isn't, I would say if it's your first time going to camp, bring a lotion sunscreen, and then your second time, just kind of evaluate how strict they were about the aerosols. And if they weren't very strict, just bring a spray one. I know my camp said you just couldn't spray it inside, which was fine. We could just go outside and spray it. But yeah, that's all I recommend is getting spray, just because it does cover a lot better other than lotion. I found myself not wearing this because it took forever to apply as well. So another thing you need to know is to bring lots of towels. So I guess if you're going for a mini camp, which is about 3 days, you're not going to need as many, but I go for a week because that's just what I want to go for, I guess. I know some people go for 2 months, and that's way too long for me. But I need at least 4 towels. Last year I brought 2 towels, and I found myself always using wet towels because I just didn't have any. So I brought 2 towels, bath and beach, and I found myself taking a shower and then using the bath towel, and then going to the beach and using the beach towel, and then we didn't take showers every day, so then I'd go to the beach again, but then the bath towel was drier than the beach towel, and it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And not to mention that after you take a shower, you don't really want to get you don't want to rub a dirty towel on yourselves because you just like took a shower. So you want to make sure that you have nice clean towels. I recommend bringing 4. That was 3. 4. But so that was my tip about these towels. Are my Roshis, and these are like one of my favorite pairs of shoes. I love them, and I am not bringing these to camp. The ones that I'm bringing to camp are these babies. These are my very old tennis shoes. And the reasoning for this is because one of my tips is never bring your favorite stuff because they're going to get destroyed. Like, I remember that when I brought these home, we had to wash these so much because they were literally brown. Like, these were my only tennis shoes at the time I went to camp, though. But, yeah. So I recommend bringing, like, not your favorite stuff. So this here is my favorite hat, and this goes on to the last rule and into the next rule. The last rule was don't bring your favorite stuff. Therefore, I'm not going to bring this hat, even though I do love it a lot. But this next rule is don't bring anything white, because anything white will get completely destroyed. I brought one white sweatshirt, nothing else was white, and we had to put that in the washer so many times. But, you know, just don't bring anything white. So instead of this Nike hat, probably going to bring this camo and black hat for archery. But, so that was just like one quick rule that I really suggest. My next tip is not to bring makeup, and nobody's going to stop you from bringing makeup. This is just my suggestion towards you is that, honestly, you don't see the mirror much when you're in camp, so you shouldn't really care about how you look. My camp's a co-ed camp, so I think girls care a bit more because, you know, we have boys as well. But if you're like an all-girls camp, like, really nobody's gonna care. At least they shouldn't. Like, some might, but those aren't really the people you want to be around, if that makes sense. But also, you're really not going to have much time. Like, literally, when we woke up, it was like, get dressed, brush your hair, like, make yourself look decent, and then go. So that's all I recommend is, if you bring makeup, it just might be a lot of wasted space, and you might not use it. But if you really want to bring makeup, nobody's going to stop you. Go ahead. But that is just my suggestion. The state I live in is Michigan, and basically, we have very ridiculous weather. Like, it'll be 74 degrees, and then it'll be snowing the next day. So, basically, just prepare for the weather, especially if you live in a state like mine where just the weather is really unpredictable. And basically at camp, I guess I wasn't really prepared for this because in the summer I always woke up later when it was already warm, but in the morning it was like 7 o'clock when we woke up at camp. It was freezing, so we had to like go and do early morning activities where I really only brought one pair of pants, and that was for horseback. If I didn't have horseback, I probably wouldn't bring pants at all. So I had to like wear my pants over my shorts and then change and all that stuff. And to bed, it was really, really, really hot falling asleep. Like, the room was like, I was sweating, and my house is actually like hot at night when I sleep, and that's what I'm used to. But basically just, I would bring like long pajama pants and maybe like a hoodless sweatshirt or just a long sleeve shirt, because when I woke up in the morning I was freezing, but when I fell asleep I was really cold or really hot. But basically all I brought last year was a quilt, like as a comforter. I really recommend bringing 1 or 2 blankets because the weather's going to change. If you live in a state like mine, that is. Like, if you live in a state that has completely normal weather, then go ahead and pack whatever you wear during the day. That's like, I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I mean, basically. The next thing is entertainment, and I watched a lot of videos before I went to camp just because I wanted to know what I was getting myself into, and basically all these videos made me think that like we were going to be in the cabin like all day and with nothing to do because we couldn't bring electronics or anything, but that is like definitely not the case. I know that we have a rest hour that I didn't even do last year because we had horseback, but we're going to skip horseback this year because we really need the rest hour. But you're going to be outside doing so many things. You're going to be around so many people. Really, the only source of like entertainment I recommend bringing is a book or like drawing materials for a time before bed, because I know a lot of camps have like flashlight time where you get flashlights and then you just lay down in your bed. You can write letters home. You can do all that type of stuff. So I just really recommend bringing like little entertainment. Like, I remember last year I brought like all kinds of stuff to entertain myself that I really only used a couple things. But really you just need to know that you're not going to be in the cabin very long other than sleeping. So you might have like a rest hour, but other than that you're pretty much never in the cabin. But yeah, that's all I recommend, is not overpacking too much on the entertainment area. My last tip for you guys, because this video is getting really long, is to go and do everything with a positive attitude. I remember there was only one thing that I didn't like when we went to camp, because it was fishing, and fishing's never really been my favorite thing. But I think if I went to it with a positive attitude and I was like, yeah, let's go catch some fish, other than oh, I can't catch fish, I suck at that, then I would have a lot more fun of a time, because fishing just wasn't something that I enjoyed. But that was the only thing that I didn't go to a positive attitude with. We went to go play Capture the Flag, and I was pumped about that. I was so excited, and I had so much fun playing Capture the Flag. So really all I recommend is going to do everything with a positive attitude, really, even if the activity that you're doing doesn't really make you happy. Just try and go through everything with a positive attitude. I've said that 7 times, I'm really sorry. But you know what I mean. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and share with your friends, and I hope that this kind of told you what was going on at camp and how it was going to be like, so you weren't completely surprised jumping in there. So thank you all for watching, and bye!